Hey ladies, so welcome back to part 2 of the ShadowSense makeup daytime look to nighttime look makeup tutorial challenge. In the first part of this video, we covered how to do this basic eye look. That's a really good, easy, everyday look that you can do. It uses only one ShadowSense color, and we're going to go through and apply a second color to turn this into more of a nighttime date sort of look. And the challenge part of this, as said in part 1, is if you get our ShadowSense starter collection, it comes with 2 ShadowSense colors. So I am limiting myself to only 2 colors. And it's difficult. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into going and adding the nighttime transition. I did go ahead and add in some LipSense color and our Diamond Kiss gloss, just because for the night look I wanted a little bit of a bolder lip, and I just like the Diamond Kiss because it's sparkly. So I'm going to go ahead and start here with our Garnet ShadowSense. You can see here, and let me get the Mocha Java as well so you can see the difference between the two. The Mocha Java is on top and the Garnet is on bottom. And you can see they're both a very nice brown color, or they're both very nice brown colors. The Garnet is definitely darker. It does have a tiny little bit of shimmer to it, but not really enough to really notice it at all unless you're seriously looking. So it's not going to like sparkle up your entire face or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and get the applicator here. Try not to drop anything. Well, I just got ShadowSense all over my hand. That's fun. Okay, so in the earlier video, I used this little brush. I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I'm using this little tiny kind of pointed fluffy brush. And similar to how we applied the morning look, I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of the Garnet color. And this color is a lot darker, so I do want to make sure to dab it off and make sure it's going on as light as possible, because like I said earlier, it's a lot easier to darken colors than it is to lighten them. So I'm literally just dabbing this off on my hand. And instead of using the business card again like I did earlier, I'm just going to use the guidelines that we have from our existing makeup and just go right over it. So I'm going to start here on the wing effect. And again, I'm going to start in the outside corner, kind of go up into this wing and drag it in. Unlike this morning when I dragged the color all the way to the halfway point on my eye, I'm going to keep this one to the outer third. So I'm going to start here on the outside corner and just softly pat this color on. I'm going to go up a little bit into this wing, not too terribly much, because we do want the Mocha Java blended out below it. And again, I'm stopping at the 1/3 mark, if not a little less than 1/3. So I'm going to go ahead and grab just a tiny bit more color, because I want it to be just a little darker. I'm going to dab it off again to make sure I don't get too much color, and go right back over that and just softly patting this on. And then I am going to do the same thing we did earlier in the first part of the tutorial and start on my lower lash line and kind of blend it in to the halfway point. If you did go all the way over with the Mocha Java in the morning, for this one you definitely want to stop either at a third or halfway. Since I went halfway this morning, I'm going to keep it to the outside third. So I'm going to start here on the outside corner and softly brush this in. I'm not adding a lot of color, just enough to differentiate between the Mocha Java. And then I'm going to brush it up. Oh my goodness, you guys. So my computer shut off as I was working through this tutorial. Luckily, I noticed right when it did, so I didn't get very far at all. I have finished the first step on this eye, so I'm going to go ahead and redo it on this eye and jump back in where we left off. And again, on the 3rd way mark, I'm going to put a little bit of ShadowSense on the bottom lash line and then blend it up into that wing. And we're going to blend it up into this wing right here. I'm pretty sure this is where the video cut out in the first part. So the next step, which I didn't actually get recorded, is I'm just going to take the fluffier brush, and like we did in the morning, I'm going to press the brush softly onto the color and just gently swivel around. And I'm going to do this all over this wing to blend it out into the Mocha Java. I'm going to softly sweep over this color that we put on our eye, being careful not to go into the center part of my eye. I want to keep that center third just Mocha Java. Okay, so next, in the morning, what we did was we went ahead and put Mocha Java over our entire crease, but for this one, we're going to do it a little different. I keep getting this color all over my hand for some reason. I'm going to take our flat brush, our flat little fluffy guy. I'm going to get a little bit of color. Again, it's easier to get a little bit of color and add more than it is to add a lot of color and remove it. I'm going to tap it off. That got like no color. Okay, that's a good little chunk. And then keeping it to the third, outside third, I'm just going to tap this on. Since I'm not going to cover a lot of the crease, I'm not really brushing this out too terribly much. I just want this outside corner here. And then I'm going to go back with that fluffy brush and just softly blend the Mocha Java and the Garnet in together. So we don't have like a solid, this is where the Garnet starts, this is where the Mocha Java starts. I want those colors to kind of blend together. And then soften the top crease up a little bit. It's okay if the Garnet goes a little further over into the crease than the actual color does on your eye, because we just want them to seamlessly blend together. We don't want any harsh lines. And then what we're also going to do to finish off the Garnet look is we're going to, using the same brush, take a little bit of color, and instead of the outside third, we're going to do the inside third. So we're going to start at the inner corner of your eye and just tap the color on to kind of cover the inside third of your eye. This adds a nice little dark to light to dark effect that really kind of helps make your eyes pop and look really beautiful. Oh, I got an interesting little smudge of dark color. That's fun. So I'm just going to blend this out just a little bit to get the colors to seamlessly work together. And when I'm blending, I'm just very softly like brushing this against my skin. I'm not really hard pressing or anything. And these are very like soft, fluffy, good feeling brushes. I had some brushes before that felt really awful when you were putting makeup on because the bristles were just too rough. And so this one I actually really like. So if you're buying any new brushes from wherever you buy them from, if you can test them out and make sure they're fluffy, do so. If you can't test them out, you can pretty much return anything you buy. So just make sure that they're soft and you like the feel of the brush before you start using them. So I'm going to do that on the other eye real quick. I have like an entire eye's worth of makeup on my hand. Okay, so if you do accidentally put some of the darker garnet color on the center of your eye, you can go back through with the Mocha Java and just apply it to the very center third of your eye and just kind of like tap the color on and make sure it blends out evenly into the garnet so you don't have any harsh lines. I tried really hard not to make that happen because I was trying to make this as easy of a transition to a night look as possible. But if that does happen, you can go ahead and fix it up a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo my eyeliner, just add a little bit more to it. In the morning, we did a very thin line. I'm going to stick with a thin line, but make it just slightly thicker. And again, normally I have been using our Onyx ShadowSense with a eyeliner brush, but since I'm only limited to 2 colors, I am using my really old eyeliner pencil. You can see how small it is. I've used this one a lot over the past few years. Well, this one hasn't lasted me years, but I've been using this brand for a little while. So again, I'm going to stick close to my upper lash line and just do a slightly thicker line than we did this morning. I'm actually just retracing this first line, keeping it really thin so I don't make it too thick, and then I'm gonna add a little more to it to thicken it up. Just because I'm always scared that I'm going to make the line too thick, and then you can't really, well, you can, but it's not easy to go back from there. So here we have our normal thin line. I'm gonna make it a little thicker. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we are gonna smudge this a little bit. If you are a fan of the dramatic eyeliners where they go out and do a wing, since we already have that wing effect going, you can go ahead and add a wing as well, and you can make that pretty much as thick as you like because it will go really well with this look. So since I have the eyeliner, I'm gonna go ahead and use our same little pointy fluffy brush guy, I should name these, and just softly go over it to smudge and fix any imperfections the eyeliner has, just to smooth it out a tiny little bit. And then for the bottom eyeliner, unlike this morning when we only did the outside third, I'm actually going to go along my waterline and go all the way across. I don't want to make it too terribly dark, I just want to get a nice little line going across the entire bottom waterline. I am adding a little extra outside my waterline on the outside corner again, just to make it a little darker, and then we're gonna go through and smudge that up a tiny little bit. Oh, my eye's starting to water. Watering eyes are never good for a makeup application session thing. Okay, so I'm gonna jump ahead and do this on the other eye real quick. Alrighty, and so for the final touch to this is we're going to do a bit more thicker lashes. If you're feeling really bold, you can try putting on some false lashes. I'm not super great at those, so I'm not going to attempt that in this video right now, but I am going to go ahead and get back our LashSense and UnderSense, and I'm going to go ahead and, since I already have one layer of LashSense on, I'm just going to apply more LashSense instead of doing the UnderSense first. If you were going just for a thicker LashSense look with clean lashes, you could do the LashSense and then the mascara portion. So we're just going to apply more mascara so we thicken up our lashes. Okay, and so since we have our entire waterline covered and we do want more of a bolder look, I am going to go ahead and add a little bit of LashSense to my bottom lashes just because I don't want to forget them. Okay, so that actually concludes the nighttime portion of this makeup look. So we did successfully only use 2 ShadowSense colors. We used the Mocha Java, and I lost my Garnet, here it is, and the Garnet ShadowSense colors. Both of these are a kind of a matte brown. They're very pretty, I really like them. They're very neutral colors, and they're good for pretty much everyday wear. And yeah, okay. So let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. You can post them below. If you want to have any requests for any future videos, you can ask for that as well. Feel free to join our Facebook group, Glamorous Lips Galore. You can like and subscribe our YouTube channel if you want to get notifications for any upcoming videos. My voice is going away again. I think I need some water. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. See you later.